Hey guys, welcome back. And today we're going to be talking about Interview with a Vampire. It's airing right now on AMC. I will give you my take on it, how I feel, how I don't feel about it. So stay tuned.
Yeah. She asked me, really, do you love me? I said, yeah.
So today, as I said before, we're going to be talking about Interview with a Vampire, starring Jacob Anderson, Sam Reed, my former classmate from the Black Arts Theater Intensive, Kaylin Coleman, who made her series or television debut. Woo, woo, woo! So happy for her. She's such a sweetheart. So I'm so glad to see one of my classmates shine. We all shine. So I'm so happy for her. She's in it as well as Eric Bogerson, just to name a few. So this series is based on Anne Rice's Interview with a Vampire. As you know, there was a film that was created, I believe it had Brad Pitt in it, and I think Johnny Depp, if I am correct. And they was looking hotter than a mug in that film. I remember, because they was still young and prune. I mean, don't get me wrong, these men still look amazing, okay? You can't tell me nothing about Tom Cruise, and you can't tell me nothing about Brad Pitt. I hope that's what I said right. I said Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. I think I did. But yeah, those two handsome older gentlemen. And in their heyday, even hotter, okay? So I remember both of them being in this film. And it was really good. So now this is the remake, but now it's a series on AMC. And I definitely recommend you guys checking it out. It's on its third episode right now. And it takes place, can't speak to what is going on. It takes place in New Orleans. It's with, how do you call it? Jacob Anderson, who is Luis de Ponte. And this is about his story of love and blood and the perils of immortality. So basically, he's just talking about his life. He currently lives in Dubai, and he's just talking about his life. And he's being interviewed, well, I should say about his afterlife, because he was dead once he got bit. But he was being interviewed by the renowned journalist Danielle Malloy, who is, as I said before, who is played by Eric Bogerson. I hope I'm saying his name right. Eric Bogerson. So yeah, it's just an interview about his life and just the things that he is and I guess was going through as a vampire. And I guess he just, wants to make it known what he's going through. But so this series is pretty good, y'all. I have to say, this series is really, really good. And I just hope it, gets traction. Like, I was Googling the reviews, and it seems like it got a lot of good reviews. And, I'm rooting for my girl, Kaylin, too, because, want her to succeed, Black girls. Black girl magic, black girl rocks. I want her to, have a job, continue to have a job. But it's pretty good. I'm liking it so far. It's very diverse. Thank God, New Orleans. And of course, they still do have the little patch of racism here and there within the series. And also they do have some, LGBTQ love, because Jacob Anderson, his character is, the time that we get him, he's kind of battling his inner demons in the sense of, is he gay or not? Because, that time, it's a struggle, like gay, crazy, he can't come out. But, as you watch in the next few episodes, he had an experience when he was younger with a friend of his. And obviously, when he became a vampire through Sam Reed, they had sex. So it's safe to say he's full-blown gay at the moment. But it's pretty good. He's just showing the struggles that, as a new vampire, the hunger that you're dealing with, the killings. And what I appreciate about this, he's really battling the life of a vampire and embracing it, because most movies that show that you become a vampire and you just eating up everybody, well, not basically killing everybody for blood because you're hungry, you have animalistic traits, whereas him, as Jacob Anderson, he's really working hard and picking and choosing who to kill or what to kill, He's really asking the question, do I have to be a monster? Do I have to be a devil? Can I just eat some chickens, suck some chicken blood, or cat blood? Do I have to kill people? And you can see the challenge that he's having with his maker, Sam Reed. Because Sam Reed is about that life. He's like, dude, boo, this is it. We out here, we killing. There ain't no selective. What? We are the masses. We are king. We rule everything. This is a privilege to be a vampire. Love it or leave it. And, and he'd be like, you better get on it. Because I don't know this life. You want to try to, live a moral life and bite cats and stuff? All right. So it's so funny to see that dynamic because Sam was kind of half-assed trying to support him. He was being selective, first Jacob was being selective, let's just basically kill criminals, people who are just fucked up, and then Sam was like, all right, boom. But who do you pick and choose as a criminal? Because some people, are criminals for a reason, and some people are just born and just want to be a criminal, who do you pick who is deserving of being a criminal, and then you kill them and take their life, So, Sam was kind of being an ass the first time around, just randomly choose this criminal guy. And you would see that Jacob was still having issues because he's fuck, at the end of the day, I'm still killing a person. So that's what you see in episode 3, But what I really like, it shows that, Jacob is a business owner. He owns a brothel, and it just shows that him really kind of really trying to strive as a Black owner, in this community where jazz is growing, all the beautiful things about being Black and being, Renaissance is just it's pulsating in the streets and stuff, and he's really trying to make something out of himself. He had things passed down from his father, who unfortunately passed away. They state that in the episode, and it's just but he's still battling racism because, of course, there's a lot of a few of the white men who own things in the community too, and they kind of they're rolling with him, but you could tell they kind of using and rolling with him, and him trying to fight through that, So I like the storyline, and then it shows that he loves his family, he literally is doing everything for his family. He's not married, he has no kids, but he has his brother and he has his sister. His brother is very Christian, and I don't know, to me it seems like he suffered with a little mental illness as well, but he was just like those preachers in the street, yelling people, go to God and stuff like that, and he didn't agree with what his brother did as a vocation, But it's almost like I think the brother, was he the baby of the family? Either brother or Kaylin, who plays his sister, was the baby of the family. But he loved his siblings, and loved his mom. And, always having issues with him and the brother, because like I said, the brother didn't like what he did, But he had his sister who loved him unconditionally. He loved her, they took care of each other. So I love to see this family dynamic, but it's just unfortunate. I don't want to spill the situation that happened, and it was unfortunate, which kind of turned the family dynamic. His sister still loved and support him once he became a vampire. They didn't know because he came to visit them at nighttime or in the evening when he wasn't especially as thirsty for blood. But because of the situation, him and his mother had a challenging situation. I don't want to spill too much because I want you to see it. So his mother wasn't feeling him as much anymore, and he was trying to be a good son, still even as a vampire, but Mommy Dearest was not feeling him. And it was hurting him that because he's a vampire, he couldn't be there for his family as much. He still tried to be there financially. He was paying for their house, always checked up on them, but obviously he wants to be there more, but he was only able to come out at nighttime. And I think you start to see, looks like the mother was, because she was churchy as well, but you could kind of see, look like the mother was starting to figure, things weren't right. Something wasn't right, on top of her not feeling him after the situation that happened. But yeah, I really like it. Kaylin is doing an amazing job with her acting, so no judgment there. All of them are. Jacob as well, because Jacob Anderson actually used to be in Game of Thrones. He was part of the Darsekis, I think. Please don't quote me. I forgot what part. He was part of the Dark People, basically, in Game of Thrones, and he was no joke. He was part of the group where they had no balls. To be a soldier, they had to cut off your balls to show your manhood. Very weird. But he was part of that, and I used to love him. And I still do. I think he's doing an amazing job, and he's English, okay? These English actors coming here and killing it. All right, remember my skit from, if you go on TikTok, you'll see my skit about being an American actor, being an English actor. But yeah, he's English, and he's killing it with the accent and everything. The amazing thing about these English actors, you completely forget that they're from the UK when they're acting, and you literally, because if you haven't seen them before, you're just like, oh, let me see their IMDb Pro, and you're like, oh, UK. So kudos to him. He's doing an amazing job, so I'm definitely appreciating it. Sam Reed, he's being the vampire. I hate him, so that means he's doing a good job as well. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. It is definitely a go. Like I stated before, his interview in Vampire is on AMC. It comes out, okay, yeah, so it airs every Sunday on AMC. So I definitely recommend you guys checking it out. The next episode, I'll speak more detail about it since I've caught up. We'll just go more detail about it. I will go more detail about it. But yeah, I'm liking it. I am liking it. I think that this is one of my favorite shows right now that I'm watching. Cause right now, ain't not much on TV. There's a lot of docu stuff, on Netflix I'll be checking out soon. But definitely recommend Anne Rice, Interview with a Vampire, AMC, every Sunday. Check back with me next week and we'll be talking about episode 4. Alrighty?
Yeah. She asked me, really, do you love me? I said.